Round 3 of AFL footy. It has some thriller games, and these are my tips for this week. Let's start with the first game, Brisbane Lions versus Collingwood. Right now, it's three-quarter time. They're up by 20, and it's a grand final rematch. And they both don't have a win yet, but because of the home ground advantage, I'm going to tip the Brisbane Lions because Collingwood has had a problem with turnovers, but I still think that Lions can get over the line. It's not looking like it right now, but I think they will get the job done. On to Good Friday, North Melbourne Carlton. North, same old, same old. They haven't improved. I thought Clarko could do something, but that hasn't been the case yet. So the Blues having some fresh legs, coming back with a few players that were injured. Jacob Wiedering comes back for his first game. They'll get the job done. Next game on Good Friday, Freo Dockers versus Adelaide Crows. The Dockers are something special, man. Their win over Brisbane, spectacular. Caleb Sarong is a gem. Luke Ryan, one of the best halfbackers in the league. And Luke Jackson, all Australian potential this year. And let's continue to Adelaide. Disappointing. We thought they could make top 8 this year. Still can do it. It's early in the season, but their first 2 games tell us otherwise, as they lost to the Cats at Adelaide Oval and they made that place into a fortress last year. So it's not boding well for them so far. Moving on to the Saturday games, we have the Essendon Football Club taking on the St Kilda Football Club. Both of these clubs are 1-1 on the ladder so far, but the Bombers beat the lowly Hawks and lost to the Swans, but they had one problem, which is defending transition, and that isn't going to get better with the Saints getting much better in defending transition and also capitalizing on turnovers. So I feel that the Saints will get this and will win this game. Moving on to the second game on the Saturday, Port Adelaide versus Melbourne Football Club. Port have had a decent start and Melbourne have had a decent start too, but Port will be the better team at home, so I'm going to tip them. I'm going to keep a breath on that. Next game, Western Bulldogs and the West Coast Eagles. The Eagles fans, I feel bad for you guys. The only thing you have to look forward for is Harley Reid. Literally nothing else to look forward to. And I feel bad for you guys, but the Bulldogs are going to tear them up and beat them by at least 35, if not more. And I expect Bont to dominate, Libba to dominate, Jack McRae to come back and dominate. So I am tipping the Bulldogs in that one. In the next game, we have the Richmond Tigers taking on the Sydney Swans. This is an interesting matchup. It's at home, so maybe it can be interesting and be close. But Richmond really need a win here. So will they get it? I'm not tipping them to, because Sydney are one of the most informed teams in the comp, dismantling Essendon in the last 10 minutes of that game when Essendon cut it to 11 points, putting on the next 4 goals before Essendon kicked a consolidation goal. So I will be tipping the Sydney Swans. Next game, Hawthorn Geelong. Hawthorn are a really good side, and those glimpses beating, I think, Brisbane, Collingwood, all these decent sides last year, but they aren't bringing it this year, and we just got to hope they can get back to that form. But since we haven't seen that, I'm going to tip Geelong, but upset is written all over this. So watch out for this game, and if you guys can watch it, because I think it'll be a good game. But that'll be it. So share your tips down in the comments and what you thought of mine. Enjoy the footy, guys.